Welcome to the Delaware Mortgage Rate Weekly Mortgage Market Update for the week of January 27, 2014. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage, here to give you your update. Well, last week we did see Delaware mortgage rates step a little bit lower as the mortgage bond market continued to rally. If you look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see the short-term trend for mortgage bonds is to rally and move higher. Long-term trend is still for mortgage bonds to sell off and move rates higher, but short-term trend, bonds higher, rates lower. Since the December jobs report that came out, we've had a nice little rally going on. And what's helped the market really move up is recently we had some currency devaluation going on in the market, which has helped the bonds to rally. So with that going on, we are going to recommend cautiously floating your Delaware mortgage rate to start the week to see if bonds can continue to rally. But we've had some nice gains, so if the bonds switch and start to sell off, we would quickly recommend switching to a locking stance and take advantage of these gains. So if we dig into what the currency devaluation is investors have been looking for better rates of return, so they've invested in emerging markets. So let's say if you invested your money in the U.S. bond market, you get a 2% return. But if you go to Argentina, you can get a 10% return. So let's say you have $100,000 you want to invest. You first have to convert that to the Argentine peso, and let's say it's for a conversion ratio of 5 to 1. So your 100,000 becomes 500,000 peso. You invest that. You wait, you get your return of 10%, so now you get 50,000 pesos, so you have 550,000. Well, now you need to convert it back to U.S. dollars, and let's say we had currency devaluation, so the exchange rate is now 8 to 1. So your 550,000 converts to 69,000. So instead of you did make 10% on your pesos, well, on your dollars, you actually lost 31% because you started with 100,000, you only end up with 69,000. So that's why currency devaluation can be a huge hit to investors' portfolio. That's what's happening in Argentina. They're looking at that to spread to other emerging markets. So it's pulling investors back into the U.S. bond market, even though the returns are not great. What's that going to do? Rally the bond market, help rates. So we need to watch that. But we got a Fed's meeting coming up this week. So if they taper again, that could offset any gains we've gotten, and that could be bad news for the bond market. So we have to watch that. In economic news, the weekly initial jobless claims came out on Thursday at 326,000 claims, right about where they were the previous week. We're hovering about 320,000 claims. Again, need to get that down to get the labor market improving. In housing news, we had existing home sales for December 2013 rose by 1% from November 2013 to 4.87 million units on an annual basis. This shows the housing market does continue to recover. The annual appreciation rate from December to December was 9.9%. The median home price was $198,000. Now the market is being limited by a lack of homes for sale as we move into the spring buying season. This will put price pressure on homes to continue to rise unless we get some inventory out there. Now the Financial Housing Finance Agency released its home price index for November 2013. It was disappointing that the prices only rose 0.1% from October to November, lower than the 0.4% expected. So that month-over-month change was definitely lower than expected. But housing is growing, but the rate at which it is growing has slowed, but still good housing recovery. And then USDA made an announcement right at the end of the week. They have announced that they will be changing the eligible property areas. Yes, once again, they've announced this. It was supposed to happen October 1st of 2013. They pushed it back to January 15, 2014, and then they delayed it. Now they're saying October 1st, 2014, USDA is changing eligible property areas by going from the 2000 census data 2010 census data. That means Middletown to Smyrna will no longer be eligible. So look out for that. We do have some time. So if you're considering using the USDA in those areas, get out there and get under contract. In the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is in Dover, Delaware, and that is Saturday, February 8th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Dover Holiday Inn. And then the next one in Newark is Saturday, February 15th, and that's from 10 a.m. to noon at the Christiana Hilton Hotel. You can register for either one of those events by giving us a call in the office, 302-703-0727, or you can register online, www.delawarehomebuyerSeminar.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.